Good evening. Our assignment this week is informative speeches, and amongst the topics, I am going to do the one that speaks to me the most, and that is food. Um, I'm going to talk about a dish that my mother made when I was younger, at least once a month. Every time we make it, it just brings back fond memories of home and those little comfort foods that mother used to make. Never forget those, right? So what you're going to need for this is a cupcake tray, non-stick preferably. If you have an older one that may not be non-stick or has seen some use, you're most likely going to want to spray non-stick spray on it. You are going to need biscuits. We prefer the Grands biscuit for the size of tray that we use. The cupcakes, I've seen smaller ones for the mini cupcakes, and we also have one that's bigger. But I'll go over just the normal size for tonight, and then I can expand on, if I have time, on how to adapt it. For your filling, you're going to need a meat product, either beef, chicken, pork, turkey. We prefer the ground kind, but you can easily do shredded beef or shredded chicken, whatever your texture consistency that you like. For your sauce that goes with your meat, you are going to use barbecue sauce. Well, again, this is another preference. We prefer barbecue sauce. Some people may not like barbecue sauce, so you can easily do like manwich or ketchup or maybe some kind of sweet and sour or ginger sauce. Whatever you like on your meat is what you'll use. Here I have the honey grease smoke. This is a family favorite all around. I generally prefer an original style, but if the whole family isn't happy, then no one is, right? So we have the honey hickory. For the topping, we're going to have cheese. Now we buy the pre-shredded just so we don't have to waste the time and the effort and the energy trying to shred our own cheese. And we really like the Mexican style blend. It has 4 different types of cheeses in it. And it's a very nice cheese, melts very easily. So what you're going to do is you're going to follow the instructions on that Grand's biscuit. You're going to preheat the oven to 350. And while the oven is preheating, you are going to brown your meat, either your turkey, whatever. If you're a vegetarian, I guess you could use like a vocal burger and break that up and use that in place of an actual meat product. Once you have the meat browned, you're going to drain off any of the fat, the grease, or anything. I don't know if vocal burger has that or not, but if it does have some kind of liquid, drain it so it's not really runny. You're going to then mix in the sauce, your chosen sauce, and to the consistency that you like. If you like it really runny, like a sloppy Joe, then make it really runny. If you like it a little more dry, I guess. I mean, not really dry, but like a nice even consistency. That's what we prefer. And then once that is done, you're going to open up the container of the biscuits. Now this is my kid's favorite part because of the little pop that it makes when you open it. And after you open it, you're going to take 1 biscuit per cupcake little cup. That's why we generally tend to use 2 containers of biscuits, just because our tray is big enough. There's 8 in each pack, and then it's like a 12 spot tray. So with 2 of these, you have 16 biscuits, and that's where we bust in the big one for me. One biscuit per tray. You're going to pop it out. You're going to squish it down so it's like a nice little disc, so it's not as fat. You're going to place it on top of the little openings. On top of the openings, and then you're going to push down and make a cup out of it. Like I said, we found that the Grands fit perfectly for these. We tried the normal biscuits, and they were too small. We actually had to combine 2 of them, and then when you're trying to squish them together and spread it out a little bit more, we'd get tears and things. So grams for a normal size works. If you're doing the little mini biscuits, you can do a regular, or not mini biscuits, but the mini cupcake trays. You can use the regular biscuits. If you go into the big tray, which what comes after we fill these, you end up having 4 grams biscuits left, and we will squish them together, kind of doing what we did with the mini biscuits, or the mini cup, the regular biscuits. Stick them in the big giant size cupcake, and then you get like double the cupcake. That's generally the first night. Those end up going to daddy. But then after you get those shaped into a cup on the tray, you're going to get a spoon, and you're going to put in 2 to 3 spoonfuls into each cup. The bigger cups, of course, are going to take about 4 or 5. You don't want it to go too far over the top of the cupcake, because it'll, as it cooks, the biscuit expands a little bit and it pushes it up. So if you put too much in there, it will explode up and over. So 2 to 3 is about your limit. After you get done putting the mixture, the meat and sauce mixture in there, then you're going to take your shredded cheese and you're going to sprinkle it on top. And then you're going to place it in the middle of the oven on the tray, of course. But you're going to cook it on the can. It says 13 to 17 minutes. I've found that we check it at 10, depending on your oven. If it feels soft, then you probably want to leave it in for a little bit and check it about every couple minutes after that. For our oven, we found that about 15 minutes works really well. The biscuit timing says 13 to 15, so it's about mid on the time for it. Once they are cooked, then you pull them out, let them cool for a little bit to the desired temperature. You know, if you have little kids, you want them to cool a little bit more. Then you're going to pop them out with a fork, not too rough, because you don't want to rip them or anything like that. If you have a good enough nonstick tray, you should just be able to kind of twist and pop them out. Just really easy peasy. We serve these with tater tots, French fries, anything you would probably serve a hamburger with. The kids love them because they're like sloppy joes in a way, but they're not like extremely sloppy, and they can still hold on to it without like everything falling out. Of course, so I'm sure my son, and he's like, ooh, tip it upside down, and then everything goes everywhere anyway. But I hope you enjoy these, and I look forward to speaking to you guys next week about something even better.